This is KFHS News. Your award-winning news begins now.
Welcome to KFHS News. I'm Logan Argo.
And I'm Kassidy Knowles. Have you run across a bike cop lately on campus? With the warm weather, they are out in full force. Ren Gilmore has more.
Over the past year, Fort Hays State Police Department has been fine-tuning its bike officer program.
It's an alternate means of patrol, allows us to go into places patrol cars can't get to, allows us to increase our community policing abilities by being able to speak to the public, get to the public real easy. It's hard sometimes if you're in a car to stop and talk to somebody who just has a couple of questions where you have to find a place to park or you're blocking traffic. Bicycle is a great way to just pull off to the side and you can stop and talk to anybody. Allows us just a different means of getting out there and getting around the public.
The bicycle policemen say they have been complimented from faculty as well as parents and students. With university police staffing at its current level, you can expect to see up to 2 bike officers per day. That's 1 bike officer per shift. If you need help, you can always contact the University Police Department at 628-5304, or you can always dial 911. Reporting for KFHS News, I'm Ren Gilmore.
Keep a lookout for bike officers at future university events.
The Fort Hays campus was full of high school students yesterday when FHSU hosted the 7th Annual High School Art Gallery. High school students from all across western Kansas gathered here yesterday to show off personal artworks at Gross Memorial Coliseum. The gym was full of student displays for most of the day. Awards were presented for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place in various categories. Students also partook in sidewalk chalk drawings outside of Rarick Hall. The awards presentation and art gallery concluded around 1 p.m. Hays High School took home most of the awards with 17.
Severe weather here in Kansas can strike at any time. If bad weather arises, will you be prepared? Dustin Pauls has the tips to make sure you stay safe during the stormy season.
April is here and everyone knows what that means, severe weather. Most of you are aware of the precautions to be taken in the event of severe weather, most of which are common sense, but there are a few specifics that apply to campus. The campus sirens are sounded only when a funnel has been sighted and observed moving toward our immediate area. Don't ignore it. No all-clear signal is given so as to avoid confusion in the event of multiple funnels being observed. Listen to media reports and warning expiration times to determine by your own safety needs when to leave the shelter area. A few things that would probably be recommended for emergency office equipment: flashlight, portable radio, spare batteries, and a first aid kit. One of the greatest hazards that you need to be aware of is flying glass, so go to your designated emergency tornado shelter as soon as possible. In order to stay alert with severe weather, make sure to watch your local weather regularly. For KFHS News, I'm Dustin Pauls.
In case of any type of emergency, you can call the University Police at 785-628-5304.
I am really looking forward to thunderstorm season. I love thunderstorms.
Yeah, I do too. I'm really excited. Spring, of course, we're wearing our, spring colors today, but so that means severe weather's coming, but it does kind of give a downside, but I do like to see it every once in a while.
As long as tornadoes stay away, I would love to see some thunderstorms.
Especially out here in western Kansas.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, your sports is coming up, but first, here's your community calendar.
Sportsmanship. Fairness in following the rules of the game while having a positive attitude and a striving spirit, along with grace in losing. Showing off, roughhousing, or even trash talking are all traits of bad sportsmanship and can lead to trouble.
Yeah! In your face! Booyah!
Whether you're at home or on the field. When you have a bad attitude, it can bring others down. But with encouragement,
Oh, good try! Yeah!
it leads to a fun-filled atmosphere. Good sportsmanship reflects on who you are.
Good sportsmanship is playing the game the way it was intended to be played, with dignity and respect for everyone involved. Sportsmanship is part of who you are.
Up to 90% of the trash we throw away is recyclable.
By utilizing your local recycling center, we can keep more of this
from becoming this.
Visit your local recycling center today.
The choice is yours. Save it or waste it.
KFHS Sports.
FHS Sports, I'm Chris Lonergan. Fort Hays State Baseball wrapped up a 4-game series last night against Washburn. The series was split between Topeka and Hays, with the Tigers taking the first 2 games in Topeka on March 30th. In Game 1, the Tigers would hand their ball off to the ace Matt Augustine. However, Augustine would surrender 7 runs on 10 hits before being replaced by Garrett Morgan in the 5th. Sloan Sulia provided half of the Tigers' 2 runs on a home run in the bottom of the 6th. However, in the top of the 6th, Washburn put up 5 runs and cruised to a 7-2 victory. In Game 2, Fort Hays State suffered a similar defeat. This time, Washburn put up 6 runs in the top of the 3rd. The Tigers would put up a comeback effort but fall just short, losing the game 9-7. Chase Newman took the loss for the Tigers after giving up 8 earned runs on 9 hits in only 2 2/3 innings. Sloan Sulia homered for the second time of the day and drove in 3 runs, going 4 for 5 hitting. With the sweep, the Tigers will fall to 23-13 overall and 16-12 in the MIAA. Even with the season well over, Fort Hays State Wrestling is still receiving numerous awards. The Tigers have placed 4 wrestlers in the RMAC All-Academic team, the RMAC Academic Wrestler, and the RMAC Academic Wrestler of the Year. Wrestlers on the RMAC All-Academic team include Danny Grader, Sean Kuhlman, Blake Malloy with first-team honors, and Cody Gillespie on the second-team honors. Grader also earned the RMAC Academic Wrestler of the Year. After winning their last 2 tournaments, the men's golf team was poised to win their 3rd straight tournament, this one at Missouri Southern. The Tigers were in the lead after 1 day of competing, but a second-round score of 315 put them in 5th. Nick Hagg finished 9 over par and in a tie for 14th. On the women's side, the Lady Tigers were in Parkville, Missouri for the Park University Invitational. Fort Hays State was led by Samantha Nielsen, who finished 3rd with a final score of 163. Kylie Johansson finished in a tie for 5th with a score of 165. As a team, the Lady Tigers finished 2nd behind Concordia St. Paul. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule for Fort Hays State University athletics. Baseball will travel to Central Missouri for a 4-game series starting on Friday at 6 p.m. The series will continue through the weekend with a doubleheader on Saturday at 1 p.m. and the final game of the series Sunday at noon. Central Missouri is currently ranked 2nd in the nation. Softball will also be on the road this weekend at the Northwest Missouri State Tournament. The Lady Tigers will play Southwest Baptist, Pittsburgh State, Central Missouri, Emporia State, and Missouri Southern between Friday and Sunday. Track and field will be at the CSU Pueblo Classic. The meet will start on Thursday and conclude on Saturday. Tennis will host their final MIAA match on Saturday as they take on Washburn. The match is set to start at 1 p.m. And both golf teams will be in Kansas City, Missouri for the MIAA Championships. The championships will start on Monday and conclude on Tuesday. So it sounds like a really busy week for athletics. I mean, everybody's either going somewhere, got something coming here, starting to wrap up these spring sports as school gets closer to the end.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see how both the golf teams do at the championships. They've been really good lately, and I think it's great to see golf come out and be a great sport here at Fort Hays, too.
And tennis also has their last meet at home, right? This week?
Yeah, very right. It's Saturday at noon, I believe. Mm-hmm. And they're doing well this year, too, compared to the past. I know they're 6-8, looking to move to 7-8.
Yep. Some good spring sports. We're getting
always,
there.
Always.
All right, well, stay tuned for SGA Live at 7, and we'll be back next week.
What's wrong with this picture? Approximately 800 bicyclists die in the U.S. every year due to lack of traffic attentiveness and the proper safety equipment. You can increase bicycle safety and awareness by setting a good example. Wear a helmet at all times. Obey all traffic signs and signals. Never ride against traffic. Be visible to all drivers by wearing bright colored clothing. Follow these simple steps and you'll treat yourself to a safe and leisurely ride.